Boom, welcome back to the channel. Get ready, because we're diving headfirst into the hottest sports news hitting the wire right now. First up, Josh Hart is clapping back at Stephen A. Smith in a war of words that's got the whole league talking. Next, the Minnesota Timberwolves and New York Knicks continue to be linked in ways you won't believe, despite playing in opposite conferences. We've got the inside scoop on why these two teams just can't stop being connected, even after a blockbuster trade. Then, a surprise move out of the Knicks G League system. We're tracking Adama Bal as he signs a 10-day deal with the Memphis Grizzlies and what this means for his NBA aspirations. And finally, Mitchell Robinson is getting brutally honest with a fan about that recent Knicks loss, pulling no punches about the team's approach. You do not want to miss this. Hit that like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell so you never miss a beat.
Never run out of battery again with the INIU portable charger, the slimmest 10,000 mAh power bank that keeps your devices charged on the go. Stay powered up wherever you go. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
Josh Hart tells Stephen A. Smith to shut the hell up. This fiery exchange has sports fans buzzing. ESPN's Stephen A. Smith, a vocal Knicks supporter, called for player Josh Hart to stay quiet regarding criticism of teammate Mikal Bridges. Smith argued that Bridges needs to perform at a higher level to justify the significant draft picks the Knicks traded. However, Hart fired back, labeling Smith a part-time Knicks fan and suggesting he should remain silent until he's actually playing for the team. Smith, known for his strong opinions, stated on First Take that Hart needed to stand down and that Bridges' performance, especially his scoring average relative to the 7 draft picks surrendered, wasn't enough. He directly addressed Hart, saying, "I need Josh Hart to be quiet." This comment clearly struck a nerve with Hart, who co-hosts the Roommates show. Hart responded with strong language, telling Smith, "needs to shut the hell up," and questioned his true fandom by saying he barely knows guys that's on the team. Hart emphasized that he would only listen to Smith if he rolls up to MSG with a New York on his chest and ties up his sneaks and plays for us. Smith, a Queens native, has a history of Knicks-related gaffes, including forgetting player names and praising traded players. While Mikal Bridges' stats might seem modest, averaging just under 15 points, his defensive impact and floor spacing are crucial for the Knicks, who recently had a 7-game win streak snapped by the Charlotte Hornets. The tension between Hart and Smith highlights the passionate, and sometimes contentious, debate surrounding the Knicks' performance and player evaluation. The verbal sparring is intense, but will it ignite the Knicks or just add to the noise? Next, we're diving into the unexpected, continuous connection between two powerhouse teams, the Timberwolves and the Knicks. Timberwolves and Knicks, an unbreakable bond. Despite playing in opposite conferences, the Minnesota Timberwolves and New York Knicks find themselves inextricably linked, a connection that dates back to a blockbuster trade involving Karl-Anthony and Julius Randle. This ongoing parallel between the two franchises has led to comparisons that are hard to ignore. On the Athletic NBA Daily podcast, Fred Katz discussed potential playoff matchups and team dynamics, drawing a direct parallel between the Timberwolves and the Knicks. Katz stated, "This is how I feel about the Timberwolves, and it's also how I feel about the Knicks, because they're the same." He elaborated that both teams, after trading star big men, seem cursed to mirror each other, possessing the ability to beat any opponent while also playing down to lesser competition. The late offseason trade that sent Karl-Anthony to Minnesota and Julius Randle to New York, along with Dante DiVincenzo's move to the Wolves, reshaped both franchises. The season following the trade saw both teams reach their respective conference finals, only to lose. This season, both are playoff contenders, but their paths have been marked by inconsistency. Katz predicts that any playoff series between the Timberwolves and Knicks would inevitably go 6 or 7 games due to their inherent volatility. Minnesota's recent results showcase this unpredictability, with wins against top teams like the Thunder and Celtics, juxtaposed with losses to struggling squads like the Nets and Jazz. This mirrors the Knicks' own up-and-down performances. Fans of both teams are advised to buckle up, as while playoff success is possible, nothing will come easy for either the Timberwolves or the Knicks. Are these two teams destined to be mirrors of each other, or will one finally break the cycle? Meanwhile, a G League prospect for the Knicks is making a significant leap, signing with the Memphis Grizzlies. Knicks prospect Adama Bal signs with Grizzlies. The Memphis Grizzlies have added a new face to their roster following a recent loss, bringing in Adama Bal from the New York Knicks G League affiliate, the Westchester Knicks. This move signals a new opportunity for the French forward. Adama Bal has agreed to a 10-day contract with the Grizzlies, according to reports from Hoops Hype. The 6'7" forward spent the current season with the Westchester Knicks after a successful college career at Santa Clara, where he was a two-time All-WCC first-team selection. This 10-day deal offers Bal a chance to prove himself on the NBA stage with a Grizzlies team that has been struggling and is currently shorthanded. Memphis sits at 12th seed in the Western Conference with a 24-49 record and is in the midst of a 5-game losing streak. Bal's journey to this point included 2 seasons at Arizona, where playing time was limited, followed by a significant increase in production at Santa Clara. There, he became a full-time starter, averaging 13.7 points, 2.5 rebounds, and 3 assists. Although eligible for the 2025 NBA draft, he went undrafted and initially planned to play overseas before joining the Knicks G League team. In the G League, Bal has shown flashes, averaging 8.3 points in the tip-off tournament and 6.9 points off the bench in regular season play. His signing with the Grizzlies marks a crucial step in his development and a potential pathway to an NBA career. Can Adama Bal seize this 10-day opportunity and make a lasting impression? And later, we'll hear from Mitchell Robinson about a recent Knicks loss that had everyone talking. Mitchell Robinson's brutally honest take on Knicks' loss. Following a shocking 7-game win streak, the New York Knicks suffered a demoralizing 114-103 defeat at the hands of the Charlotte Hornets. The loss not only halted their momentum, but also prompted a candid assessment from center Mitchell Robinson. After the game, Robinson took to Snapchat to share his thoughts on the team's performance, responding to a fan's comment that read, "Y'all played like she today, man." Robinson's direct reply, "We did, but that's basketball, ain't gon' be a great night every night," was honest, but perhaps understated the team's struggles. He didn't stop there. On Instagram, Robinson elaborated, holding himself and his teammates accountable with a stark message. "Don't even matter unless we change our approach, we ain't doing shit special. Keep that bullshit up, myself included." This outburst comes after a win streak where the Knicks often struggled against weaker opponents, showing slow starts and offensive lulls. The loss to Charlotte, a team not in playoff contention, highlighted these underlying issues. The Hornets dominated the boards by 19, a margin that particularly stung Robinson, whose primary role is rebounding. Despite Jalen Brunson's strong first quarter, the Knicks couldn't sustain their offense, falling behind as Charlotte shot efficiently and knocked down 16 threes. Robinson's candid comments suggest a deeper problem within the team's mindset, a complacency that may have set in during their winning streak. The Knicks, now 48-26, face the league-best Oklahoma City Thunder next, a game that will truly test whether Robinson's words have sparked the necessary change in approach. Will Robinson's blunt honesty ignite a fire, or will the Knicks continue to falter? Stay tuned for a rapid-fire recap of all our top stories and your chance to connect with us. And that's a wrap on today's top stories. We saw Josh Hart fire back at Stephen A. Smith. The Timberwolves and Knicks remain eerily connected. Adama Bal is getting his shot with the Grizzlies, and Mitchell Robinson is calling out the Knicks' approach after a tough loss. Don't forget to like this video if you found it informative, subscribe to the channel for more daily sports news, and hit that notification bell so you're always in the loop. Let us know your thoughts on these stories in the comments below, and give us a follow on all our social media platforms to stay connected 24/7. We'll see you next time.